Roger Clemens Foundation.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Nice to see you.
Let me hop off Twitter Spaces so I can be present.
I appreciate that.
I think that's the best medium of communication. I'm
Oh
just
my God.
your playbook and just being available and going in depth that you can't get with a tweet or a tweet thread.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, you can drive so much engagement and it's amazing. So
you don't have to be geographically located in the same area. You can.
Right.
You don't have to shower. I was in the hot tub last night doing it.
Bada bing.
Yeah, it blows me away. So thank you for setting a precedence in so many ways. I've said that on a tweet, but your over communication in this space is setting an example for all of us that are
Thanks.
creative.
Just trying to, we've got nothing to hide, so it's easy, just to be transparent, let everybody know what's going on.
It's the way to do it. So thank you. I want to be cognizant of your value of your time. So I want to be effective in our discussion today, but I think for me, the important things is to understand is how big you're planning to make this fund. We would like to, from 3 different entities that are all SPACs, we would like to be your potentially 3 of your top 5 investors, and I would like one of them to be your largest.
Okay.
But I don't want that one to own more than 20% of your fund.
Got it.
And I know you can execute. I don't need to know anything else about your strategy. I like that you're identifying assets and building here. We haven't seen anywhere close to the valuation of these NFTs.
We're at the beginning. This is
so much at the beginning.
I mean, this is
to even have this opportunity to talk to you. It's mind blowing to me.
I'm honored to be
investor, but I never got to Silicon Valley big boys.
Honestly, I feel honored to be in this place at this time.
Yeah.
Sometimes life, I'm just so grateful.
You're rugging a little bit, or I am.
Check 1 2 3. Can you hear me all right?
I got you now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just honored to be here, and I'm honored that y'all want to place a bet on me. So appreciate that. I have the exec summary if you want to see it, want to know more about it.
You can email. We don't need to spend time in this discussion doing that.
Well, that's awesome that y'all want to commit a lot of capital. I love it. I need capital to deploy to make us all a bunch of money. So why don't you give me some idea of how much capital your partners want to commit, and then I can figure out, because that might affect the fund size, and I could possibly raise more, depending on the size.
It's whatever you want to do. We have a bunch of Florida politicians, Matt Gaetz being the most notable of them, that are all involved in doing these SPAC deals. They love SPAC instead of IPOs. Everybody does.
Yeah.
We already had 3 shell companies. They've sold their assets and they just have cash in the bank, and we're throwing more cash their way.
Got it.
The first one we're in the process of getting NFT as the ticker symbol, and be the first to go to market as the Michael Saylor of NFTs for that one. The next one we're playing and trying to get ETH. If we can,
Sweet.
We can pull that one off. And that one's going to be our Michael Saylor maxi of Ethereum.
Oh God, that's great.
Auto Ethereum approach.
No way. Well, that's genius. I love that.
And then our last one is called Outlaws. And we're trying to get law as the ticker symbol for the stock market. And then Outlaws are the NFT holders.
Oh my God. That's going to be so good.
It's so fun.
I love it. That's genius. I love it.
They're 100K PFP projects. Unlike what you did with Moonbirds, I like it from a price floor perspective. I like that you did the nesting and staking features. But we want transaction volume. We want
you want a big community.
Companies, we want a 10% transaction fee on these assets. 100K assets. And we're going to launch more. That's just the initial. We're doing initial genesis, like you did, probably 1,000, and then the 100K. And though we're working on the art already for all 3.
Smart. I love it.
We're executing on that. We're targeting a mid-June for the first one. It's going to be called Gypsies. And, I don't need an NDA or anything. I'm comfortable.
Have fun.
Ideas are nothing. Execution is everything.
Yeah, I don't have time to do that. So
we're
go
clicking on
get it
done.
done.
I know. We're just having fun. Like this conversation is like a dream of mine. I have a big tree house. I put in the email.
Woo, woo.
Just grateful for what you built in Web 2 and the way you parlayed that into building in Web 3 is like mind-boggling.
It's fun. I mean, we're lucky to be alive to be able to build, right? So
so one of my questions for like you personally is like, what is your motivation? You don't need money. Why do you wake up in the morning and do this?
I think it's just so much fun to be able to deploy capital into amazing creative projects. And I mean, it's like a win-win-win. It's like you get to invest in amazing creative projects, which are amazing people. You then get to make a huge return. And then on top of that, that capital is actually shared back with the creators, with the collectors, with the investors because of royalties. I mean, it's just, we're alive in Web 3. Like this is like going back into like 1997 and be able to invest in Google and Amazon, and
it's so much better than that. Like it's like that. You had to go through so much red tape.
I know.
This I can just throw Ethereum your way.
I know.
I got Ethereum. I could just
boom.
sit in your wallet.
Well, and we don't have to wait. We don't have to do equity investing. And wait for IPOs. I know that SPACs are a great way to do this, and there's a ton of money to be made. But we can invest directly in NFTs and have liquidity right away, right?
Instant. So liquidity and DeFi changes the game, and we haven't even seen that unlock.
I know. Yeah.
Like it's just like I was
I know. So it's like if I'm alive right now and I can do this and I can, raise a ton of capital and actually, move the needle here, like what could be better than that? It's all fun, right? So
you can't miss. Even in a bear market, you can't miss.
I know
these assets.
I know. Well,
I think we're entering into a bear market.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go to the next Bitcoin halving in a bear market, and it'll get rid of the degenerates that invested in projects that are going to zero. Yeah. You're going for blue chip is kind of my premise that I understand.
Yeah, and it's the team. Bet on the team.
Yeah, you bet on the team that can execute. That's the most important thing. Art is third. Execution is everything.
Yeah. So that's why I get out of bed. It's just pure exciting fun, and I feel lucky to do it. I can't wait.
It's great. Thank you. Okay. All right. So that was my first check. It was just kind of understanding why you're doing this, because that for me is a big thing about investing.
It's everything.
Individual is what makes them tick, and I like at some point to go more in depth on that. Zoom's not the place to do it. Over a cigar.
I love that. Oh, that sounds great.
On a yacht or whatever, however you want to do it.
That sounds good. I love it.
So then as far as like the investing goes, can you take dollars or is it Ethereum only?
Yeah, we can take USDC is the easiest, or dollars. And the way it's actually going to work is money will be wired to AngelList, and they have an SVB account, and then it's deployed to our account. So yeah, it's standard wire stuff.
Can we do a large commitment and send ETH now, and then up that significantly when we launch our PFP project and get Ethereum?
Possibly. So the neat thing about the rolling fund is that actually you can commit more every quarter.
Yeah,
right.
I just didn't know if I could scale that up.
You can. Yeah, you can scale and scale and scale as much as you want to.
And I can keep scaling every quarter from here to the cows come home.
Exactly. Yep. And the neat thing is actually the first capital call is going to be late May, but then there'll be one immediately in June because it's quarterly, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I want to deploy capital right now. There's some good assets that I want to get in on. I'm just waiting for my legal team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know. And it's actually good that ETH is down a little bit right now. So what kind of numbers are we talking about here?
I mean, kind of like a baseline 100 million plus, like initial commitment, and then scaling that up from there after we change ticker symbols and start getting Wall Street options. And we're
That's gonna
appealing
be fun.
we're appealing to Roaring Kitty in the Wall Street bets community. We're in the process of our strategy to do hostile takeovers, like Elon has set the way of precedent for.
Twitter, I know.
So GameStop, AMC, and BlackBerry are
Oh my
targets.
God.
Each of these three. And
I love the way y'all think.
If we get rid of their stonks, we become the de facto stonk.
Yeah.
And we're going to take GameStop and make it a DAO is our goal.
Oh my God.
And
that's such a good idea.
That's what Outlaws is doing. That's our third one. When we have more capital, we're going after GameStop and we're DAOing it.
Oh my God. That's genius. This is fun.
It's easy. It's like
I had no idea what you all were thinking. This is great.
And all I have to do is just watch examples of the people whose shoulders I stand on. Just take Elon's playbook in Wall Street and take Roaring Kitty's playbook as far as emojis and memes and what he said before Congress. And just, I've been rewatching those videos and just memorizing the lines, pack your bags. We're not a cat. We are not a cat. And just meme this until the cows. I'm from Kentucky. I grew up on a farm raising cattle. Tobacco than cattle.
That's so great.
Just farm principles applied to Wall Street and to this NFT tokenized communities. And empowering. Each of them are targeting different demographics. So Gypsies is our first brand with the NFT tickers that we're trying to get. And that one's appealing towards vagabonds, towards your sovereign individuals, that type of concept. Now our next one is El Boxor, is targeting the Hispanic community, third world countries in Central America, the banana republics, those politicians and athletes, combining those two demographics.
Interesting.
Together, with just athletes with large Twitter followings.
Smart.
We're going to do 101s for all of them. And that 100, we have 100K PFP to play with. I mean, the art writes itself. And then the last one is the outlaw concept, and that's targeting these shitcoin traders. And we're just going to launch Binance Smart Chain tokens and appeal towards Trump's demographic. And so True Social, conspiracy theorists, Joe Rogan, those guys, we're just saying, all right, we hear your rhetoric. We're regurgitating your rhetoric.
Right. That's so great.
Token
gating,
hunting farms, country music,
that's
celebrities,
great.
and just
I love it.
And just playing that all day long, and reducing this barrier to entry in NFT.
I
by
love
doing
that.
Binance Smart Chain, we can say buy them for $5, and you're part of us. You're one of us. One of us.
I love it. We need to be more inclusive. Like, at the moment, all of us are these kind of, Ethereum elite kind of. You can get a Moonbird if you have $7.5 grand, right? And you pay $50 in gas, like that. Who can do that, right? So I actually love the idea of saying let's do a PFP for everybody.
So we're doing 0.2 to harken back to the Board 8. I love the 0.2, and we're KYCing for U.S. citizens only.
Smart.
In the mint process. They can buy as many as they want, but they have to be KYC. I have to have their driver's license. We're making them do the online dating checkout. And that's who we want to make money. And then we want the bots to flood the second.
Totally. So you must be building a big team. Like who's doing all this?
I'm building 3 separate teams. So all you do is just identify a CEO for each of them. Get the board set up that believes in the mission. And then just let them execute. I'm not even going to be a C-level. I'm just a consultant.
Okay. So is all this coming from your brain? And this is pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. I have a lot of free time to think. And, I have Kanye's, I have type 1 bipolar. So
tell me about you. What's your story?
Grew up on a farm in Kentucky, went to college, didn't want to work for the man. My dad, my grandfather was Fortune 500 CEO. My dad was an executive at Humana, spun off his own company with 1,300 employees. It was a runoff workers' comp business. He's my hero.
So you've seen you've watched and learned.
Yeah, I didn't want to work for the man. I've never filled out an application for a job. After college, I drove to Costa Rica. It took 4 months with my roommate. My roommate convinced me to do Bitcoin when it was like a couple $100.
Oh my God.
He convinced me to do Ethereum when it was $10, $11 on Coinbase.
He's a good friend.
He's a sovereign individual.
Wow.
He's off the grid. He owns homes in a bunch of different countries. He has a lot of private jets that you don't know where he is, and I don't know. I don't know where the guy. I don't even use his name anymore. I just call him Rooney. And so he's the smartest man I know. Missed one question on his SAT. My roommate, all 4 years in college, we went to Costa Rica together.
Wow.
We've always worked together in some capacity. I worked for him for 3.5 years. Worked for my dad for 8 years. Worked for another college friend for a year. Been a consultant since.
Got it. What a ride.
I'm a web app guy. PHP, WordPress initially.
I learned PHP initially.
Yeah, PHP is great. It's better now with PHP 8.
Yeah.
And Laravel is my framework of choice more than Ruby on Rails.
Oh my God.
I'm partial to Node.
Yeah. Wow. Are you
my
actually
favorite
coding?
programmer is Guillermo Rauch, Next.js. That guy's a genius.
Damn. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So these are my heroes. And then I'm just learning from people around me and just taking things that they've done and their ethos and their perspective on life. Reading my Audible. It's my habit.
You're interesting.
I
love it. I'm glad I met you.
It's a pleasure. I've been following you from afar for a long time and just watching what you do.
It's fun to connect.
Yeah. So,
well, let's rock and roll. Drew, I've never received so much inbound interest before on anything.
I know you executed it perfectly. I mean, you may have tweeted some things you shouldn't, but execution wise,
hey, you live and learn.
Perfectly. You announced it 3 months ago. It was clear in your own personal roadmap that you're just setting up your creator.
Yeah.
I like Kevin Rose a lot. I bought a Peloton because of the guy. Like a fat rich girl. I like Alexis a lot, but neither of them have executed the business.
Thanks.
It's a red flag for both of those individuals.
I know. I'm actually a lot like you. I think when it came, I'm independent, and I think when it came down to it, I was like, Kevin and Justin, like, I would love to build this, $1 billion huge company with you, but the truth is, like, I want to run.
You're trading time for money.
I know. It's like, I don't want to call anyone a boss. Like, I just don't.
You can't do it.
There's
no reason in Web3 to do that.
I know. So it was, it was, and it's a hard call stepping away from what I know is going to be a multi-billion-dollar company. Like, but in the end, it's like, it's my freedom. It's my time. Like, as soon as we decided to part ways, I just told Jill, my wife, I was like, I'm happy again. Like, I'm just so excited to steer the ship and, like, let's go.
Yeah. So that was my second question. What's your current mental state?
I'm good. I've never been happier. I'm so excited. Like,
I want to do the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. It's like, I'm so excited to do this, like, to be in the right place at the right time, knowing what I know and getting capital to execute. It's just like, oh, it's so exciting. Yeah. I can't wait. So, well,
end of May and first part of June, you need capital deployed.
Yeah. So what
you need capital before then? I mean, we can send you Ethereum like next week.
I know. I wish I could take it, but I can't. So I basically, Cole Freeman is doing our legal work. They're the best in the industry.
Are they good? I need to do some due diligence on that.
They're really good. So they did the fund for 6529. They're the best, right? So they're doing our legal. AngelList is our admin. And essentially we're just getting the docs all finished. And then as soon as I approve them, I have a meeting with the lawyers today. Then I send them to AngelList, and they actually set up the Delaware limited partnership.
That was one of my questions. Where's it going to be? So Delaware limited partnership.
Yep. And in each, it's a master relationship where each quarter is a separate fund technically, right?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it just allows us to raise capital faster, right? And then if we don't deploy all the capital in a certain quarter, you just roll into the next fund, right? So it's so easy for you as an LP. You know, AngelList does all the 10Ks, like we just,
so what we want to do at some point with your assets that you're acquiring is pay more ETH, not for the fund, but for first right of refusal on some of these assets.
oh, interesting.
So if you have select assets, and I'll give you a list of what we want, and if you're acquiring those along the way, like Moonbirds with cowboy hats, I want all those for outright.
I love that.
And I have most of them already through.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So don't I'll tell you which ID numbers not to bid me out.
Okay. Yeah. we'll be trying to front run each other, you know. Drew, fuck off. I'm trying to get assets.
It's all good. I'll just give you ID numbers. Stay clear of these. We got first right refusal. We're gonna do anyway.
I love that. Yeah, we're gonna sweep Moonbirds as soon as we get the capital. I'll tell you.
You should. That's gonna the floor, and especially the unique properties that you all built in on those.
Oh, Drew, wait. You just wait.
Like, I know. I don't need to hear. Don't tell me anything. I don't need to hear.
Okay.
The answer is yes. So don't understand. I'm just trying to play our game. So we, for each of these brands and each of these communities that we're building, that we have the assets we need.
Got it.
Okay. If you buy assets and you need liquidity for your next fund, we will buy out that first fund, all the assets you acquire, and you can reload all that into the next fund.
Perfect. Cool. Good to know. Okay. Well, so I'm basically in the process of getting a bunch of verbal commits, and then turning them into, written commits on email. Right. Yep. And it's not a legal contract. It's more just a me of knowing, okay, who's in, they understand.
We prefer a contract.
Yep. So the first thing I need though is literally just an email, right? That, hey, we're in, this is the amount we're thinking. And then I can immediately hold a spot. And then what I'll do is, as soon as I get all the funds together and I figure out how big this thing is going to be, I'll come back to you. And I understand your parameters. And then we'll, I'll give you a special place.
2 DAOs. So I have 3 SPACs and 2 DAOs that would also, but those will be top 25 investors.
Great. Okay, so you said 100 million. Help walk me through a little bit.
Let's start with that as the initial commitment between the 5 entities.
Great, cool. All right, love it. I'm excited, man. We're gonna make a lot of money.
Don't do more than this for this first entity. Don't do more than this for the second and third. We want to be number 1 with gypsies, and then we want to be 4 and 5 with the other one. So however that plays out and whatever amounts, we want to be real close to that third one.
Got it. Okay, 1, 4, and 5.
Yeah, all right, I'll put an email to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Really lovely to meet you. Where are you physically? And you said in Florida, right?
Yeah, currently in Miami, but Miami's great. But I live in Orlando on the north side. Wait for me.
I was just in Palm Beach.
Palm Beach is awesome. We have a lot of friends in Palm Beach.
Yeah. It's so hilarious. It's so glamorous. I mean, it's so fun just to walk around. And
you stay at the Breakers, or where'd you go?
No, we stayed at this place called the Colony.
I haven't been to that one.
It's super. It's kind of boutique and small, but like Michael Jordan came in and had lunch, and I mean, I'll check it out. Yeah, next time you're there, check it. It's got a great pool, like a DJ. Like it's the opposite of the Breakers grandeur with all of the luxury. Like it's fab. So
great.
Well, good to meet you. Let's stay in touch. I'll look forward to an email from you. Okay.
I appreciate your time.
All right. See ya. Bye.